What if Neo was in MHA? Chapter 3. Making an entrance. A few weeks ago, Roman and Neo were in the hideout, when there was suddenly a loud explosion. Roman and Neo rushed to the main room of the warehouse, thinking that heroes had found their hideout. The two entered to see three people taking out their men. Roman shot at a woman with black hair and in a red dress. The woman disintegrated the shot with fire from her hand. "You must be the infamous Roman Torchwich," the woman said. "And who might you be?" Roman asked. "That doesn't matter, Charlie Chaplin. We're here to take you to jail," a man with grey hair said. "Please. You're no heroes, so stop acting like it, comic book guy. I know every hero in this country, and you three ain't heroes." "You've killed my men," Roman said. "Haven't you heard of special ops heroes?" the man asked. "You must be a new level of naive to think I don't know those heroes. I avoid the like the plague. Now get lost, children, or you'll get a spanking," Roman said. "Children," the man said. "Mercury, stop embarrassing yourself," a dark-skinned girl with light green hair said. "Shut up, Emerald," Mercury said. "Enough. Quiet, you two," the black hair woman said. "Doesn't seem like you have your subordinates under your control," Roman said. "I'll have them whipped into shape in no time. I had a limited time to put this team together," the woman said. "So? What do you want, Miss?" Roman asked. "4. It's Cinder 4. And I would like to offer a proposal that would lead to a mutual partnership," Cinder said. "And what is this proposal?" Roman asked. Now. This isn't the place to discuss such a thing, especially with a blade to my back," Cinder said. "Stand down, Mint," Roman said. Neo then appeared behind Cinder with a blade to her back. She withdrew the blade and put it back into her parasol and returned to Roman. "Mint, huh? I thought her name was Trivia," Cinder said. Roman and Neo were shocked that she knew Neo's real name. Neo then returned to her normal appearance. "You've made your point. Get on with it." "What do you want?" Roman asked. "First, we need your friend to get into UA," Cinder said. Now, Izuku, Neo and Bakugo were all sat in an auditorium for the explanation for the practical part of the entrance exam. For all you examinee listeners tuning in, welcome to my show today. Everybody say hey, Present Mick said. Present Mick waited for a response but only got silence. What a refined response. Then I'll quickly present to you the rundown on the practical exam. Are you ready? Yeah, Present Mick said. It's the voice hero, Present Mick. Wow. I listen to him every week on the radio. I'm so moved. All the teachers at UA are pro heroes. Izuku said. Shut up, Bakugo said. Neo looked at Bakugo and slid her fingers along her lips, telling Bakugo to zip it, which only pissed off Bakugo. As it says in the application requirements, you listeners will be conducting 10-minute mock urban battles after this. You can bring whatever you want with you. After the presentation, you'll head to the specified battle center, okay, Present Mick said. The three then looked at their cards. In other words, they won't let you work with your friends, Bakugo said. You're right. Even though our examinee numbers are consecutive, we're assigned to different battle centers, Izuku said. Don't look. I'll kill you. Now I can't crush you, Bakugo said. Neo glared at Bakugo. And now I can't sabotage you, Izuku could tell from Neo's face. Neo, Izuku said. 3 different types of foe villains are stationed in each battle center. You earn points for each of them based on their level of difficulty. Your goal, dear listeners, is to use your quirks to earn points by immobilizing the foe villains. Of course, attacking other examines and any other heroic actions are prohibited, Present Mick. May I ask a question, a boy with blue hair asked. Okay, Present Mick said. On the printout, there are 4 types of villains. If that is a misprint, then UA, the most prominent school in Japan, should be ashamed of that foolish mistake. We examines are here in this place because we wish to be molded into exemplary heroes, the boy said. The boy turned to point at Izuku. In addition, you over there with the curly hair. You've been muttering this whole time. It's distracting. If you're here on a pleasure trip, then you should leave immediately, the boy said. I'm sorry, Izuku said. The boy then turned back and then Neo flipped him off. Okay, examinee number 7111. Thanks for the great message. The fourth type of villain is worth 0 points. That guy's an obstacle, so to speak. There's one in every battle center. It's an obstacle that will go crazy in narrow spaces. It's not impossible to defeat, but there's no reason to defeat it, either. I recommend that you listeners try to avoid it, President Mick said. Thank you very much. Please excuse the interruption, the boy said. That's all from me. Finally, I'll give you listeners a present. Our school motto. The hero Napoleon Bonaparte once said this. A true hero is someone who overcomes life's misfortunes. Go beyond. Plus ultra. Now, everyone, good luck suffering, President Mick said. The students then made their way to their assigned exam sites. It's time to do it. It's time give everything I got from my training with all might these past 10 months. And become the hero I always dreamed of being. You can do this, Izuku. You have a quirk now. But I don't have that much experience with it, whilst everyone else has years of experience with their quirks, and they've also got equipment to go with their quirks, Izuku thought. The boy from the auditorium had placed his hand on Izuku's shoulders. Why are you here, the boy asked. Huh. This was the test site I was assigned to, Izuku said. That's not what I meant. Are you just here to ruin other people's chances of getting into UA, the boy asked. What? No. Of course not. I'm just a big stupid hero fanboy, Izuku said. Well, I suggest you focus on the exam rather than the pros if you want to pass, the boy said. You're right, Izuku said. Okay, start, President Mick said. The examines looked up at President Mick, who was standing up high on a tower. What's wrong? There are no countdowns in real fights. Run, run. The die has been cast, you know, President Mick yelled. Izuku turns to see the other examines running to the entrance of the test site. I'm behind already, Izuku yelled. Izuku then ran into the test site. Come on, Izuku. You can do this, Izuku said. Izuku then activated One for All in his legs. Izuku felt power surge through his legs and felt himself moving faster and faster. He soon caught up with the main group of examines and then passed them. Izuku then broke off from the main pack, hoping to find some mock villains away from other examines. Whilst he might not find as many mock villains, he would be able to fight them without the worry of another student destroying the robot before he could. A mock villain then appeared in front of Izuku. A one-pointer, Izuku said. Target acquired. I'll kill you, the one-pointer said. The mock villain rushed towards Izuku. Izuku pulled back his fist and charged up One for All in his arm. Izuku then punched the mock villain, however it did not destroy the robot. Thinking quickly, Izuku punched the robot again, this time destroying it. I'm barely able to do anything to a one-pointer. What am I going to do against the 2 and 3 pointers, Izuku thought. As Izuku was thinking, another mock villain charged at Izuku. Izuku heard the robot coming and turned around, but it was now right on top of him. A blue laser then hit the robot and destroyed it. Thanks for distracting it, a voice said. Izuku turned to see a boy with blonde hair and a belt around his waist. Merci. We made a good team. But I don't think we'll meet again. Adieu, the boy said, before running off. He's right, Izuku. We won't meet again if I keep this up. I need to focus and not get distracted. You are going to pass this exam, Izuku. You are Izuku thought. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left present Mok said, breaking Izuku's train of thought. I got distracted again Izuku said. Izuku the activated one for all in his legs and ran towards the center of the exam site. He had not time to try and make it by picking off the scraps. He needed to take on more robots. Along the way he ran into a few more Mok villains. Izuku then ran into other examines that had already destroyed most of the Mok villains in the area. Izuku saw a girl with brown hair touch 2 Mok villains making them float. Release the girl said. The 2 robots fall to the ground. That's 28 points the girl said. What? 28 points? I'm only on 11 Izuku thought. The boy-haired boy raced forward and destroyed a Mok villain with his legs. 45 the boy said. 45 Izuku said. That's 32 an examinee said. I need to pick up that pace. And I need to play dirty. The blue-haired boy went to kick a Mok villain, but Izuku destroyed it before he could. Sorry, but I need the points Izuku said, before running off. In a monitoring room, several teachers were watching the examines. In this practical exam, the examines have not been informed of the number of villains or their locations. They have a limited amount of time in a vast area. They have to draw the villains out from there. Information gathering ability to understand the situation before anyone else, mobility that can be used in many different circumstances, discernment to be able to stay calm in any situation, and pure combat ability. These basic abilities needed to keep the peace in the streets are turned into points in this test, a small bipedal rodent said. Doesn't this year's group look promising? A teacher asked. Well, we can't know for sure yet. Their true test is still to come, another teacher said, pressing a button. Izuku had managed to gain a few more points. All of a sudden, several explosions occurred in the area. A giant robot Mok villain then arrived in the area. It's way bigger than I imagined, Izuku thought. The 0-pointer then punched the ground, and some examines began to run. An overwhelming threat. How people act after they've seen this shows their true nature, All Might said. This isn't funny. I have to run away. I can get more points as I run. I just have to hope it's enough, Izuku thought. Less than 2 minutes left present, Mick said. 2 minutes. Okay. Come on Izuku, you can reach at least 30 points, Izuku thought as he ran. Ow, the brown-haired girl said. Izuku turned back to see that the girl was trapped under some rubble. Without thinking, Izuku turned back and ran towards the girl. There is absolutely no merit in taking on that foe villain. But that creates the opportunity for it to shine brightly, All Might thought. One for all, at 100%, activated in Izuku's legs. Izuku then launched up into the air. And rise to the surface, All Might thought. One for all then activated in Izuku's arm. Smash, Izuku yelled, punching the robot with a 100% punch. The head of the 0-pointer was now caved in and then it began to fall. Then Izuku began to fall, and then he realized what he had done. His legs and right arm were now broken. This is it. Even if I survive this fall, I won't be able to get any more points. I just hope I have enough points to pass. I've broken my legs and right arm, so I'll have to use my left arm. But I have to get the timing right, too early or late, Izuku thought. Izuku prepared to punch the ground, but then the brown-haired girl slapped his face, causing him to float. Release, the girl said. Izuku and the girl landed on the ground. The girl started to vomit whilst Izuku passed out. What was that guy? He suddenly jumped at the obstacle. He seemed to have a reinforcement type quirk, but that was unusual. But if he had such an amazing quirk, what kind of life did he live that made him so jumpy? Maybe he was acting to trick others. But it doesn't look like he gained anything from doing so. Anyway, there's no mistaking that he's an amazing guy, the other examines said. They are missing the point. Didn't they see? He jumped out to save that girl. He was aware of the remaining time, his own safety, and the points he needed to pass. And even so, he did not hesitate at all. If we had not been in an exam, of course, I would have done the same. Wait. Exam. Of course. Wait a minute. I see. If this exam is set up like that, then he's the blue-haired boy thought. Recovery girl then arrived and then began to heal any injured examines. She then kissed Izuku, and his body began to heal. A week had now passed. Izuku and Inko were sat down eating dinner. Izuku was staring blankly at his fish. Izuku. Izuku. Izuku, Inko asked. Izuku then broke out of his trance. Hey, are you alright? Why are you smiling at the fish? Inko asked. Oh, sorry. I'm fine, Izuku said, then beginning to eat. Sometime later, after dinner, Midoriya was sat on the sofa with a blank expression as he uses a grip strength trainer. From self-scoring, I know that I just about passed the written exam. But that won't matter if my score from the practical exam. And ever since the entrance exam, I hadn't been able to contact All Might, Izuku thought. The results should arrive today or tomorrow, right? Izuku asked. Yeah, Izuku said. Geez, I think it's amazing that you even applied to UA, Inko said. Yeah, Izuku said. Inko then left the apartment, leaving Izuku alone to think. A short while later, Inko frantically entered the apartment. Izuku. It's here. It came. It's here, Inko said, holding a letter from UA. Izuku took the letter into his room and opened it. A small device landed on his desk and then a hologram appeared. I am here as a projection, All Might said. All Might? Huh. Wait, this is from UA, right? What? Izuku questioned. I had to do some paperwork that took some time, so I couldn't contact you. I'm sorry. Actually, I came to this town to work at UA, All Might said. Huh. All Might is working at UA? Izuku questioned. A man off-screen then gestured for All Might to wrap it up. Unfortunately for you, while you may have passed the written exam, you did not earn enough villain points. That means you wouldn't have passed, All Might said. Wouldn't? Izuku questioned. If that was the only thing that was being scored. I am an entertainer, as well. First, take a look at this video, All Might said. A video of the brown-haired girl Izuku had saved began to play. The girl had asked that some of her points be given to Izuku as a thank you for saving her and sacrificing any points he may have earned not doing so. The entrance exam was not graded only on villain points. How can a hero course reject people who save others and do the right thing? Call that lip service. Bring it on. This is a job that requires risking one's life to put that lip service into practice. Rescue points. And they are given by a panel of judges. It's the other basic ability we at UA look at. Izuku Midoriya, 60 points. And Akako Uraraka, 45 points. You both pass. This is too crazy, Izuku said. This puts you in first place for the practical exam with a total of 83 points. Come, young Midoriya. This is your Hero Academia, All Might said. End of Chapter 3.